Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into another story. This time we're taking on King Omex. Buckle up, because this one grabs you from the first line and doesn't let go.
Oh, really? What makes the beginning so captivating?
So picture this, right? A village rebuilding after a 200-year ice age. Sounds pretty standard fantasy so far, right?
Uh-huh. Huh.
But here's the thing. It starts with this line. This story has come from after the ice age of 200 years later, so that's true. It's like the narrator's looking right at you, confirming it.
Huh. It's almost like it's challenging you to question if it really is fiction. Interesting way to pull you in.
It totally is. And then it drops this other little detail in there. Humans are using a different kind of metals now.
Oh.
Yeah. It's subtle, but it hints at some crazy technological advancement since the Ice Age.
I see, I see. It's not just about world building, it's hinting at how resilient they are. They survived and even innovated.
Yes. They didn't just survive, they adapted. Okay, so you're just settling into this world, right?
Yeah.
Bam. Conflict hits you. A priest shows up. He's got the sight, and he's got a chilling prophecy for the village leader, Ezra.
Ooh, I do love a good prophecy.
Right. Except this one says a child is about to be born who will be incredibly dangerous, destined to vanish humanity.
The chosen one, but a little darker than usual. And of course, they never tell you why the child is dangerous at the start. Makes it even more ominous.
It preys on your deepest fears, you know. And this Ezra guy, he's the leader, but he's not exactly known for his level-headedness. Instead of trying to understand the prophecy or anything, you know, he just panics.
Power and fear, never a good combination.
No kidding. Ezra completely overreacts, like full-on tyrant mode. He orders his men to do the unthinkable, kill every baby boy born in the village that day. Can you imagine? The terror.
Brutal. Just a brutal example of how those in power will exploit fear to keep control. It's
Yeah.
like, is this child really the threat, or is it the darkness already in the village?
That's what's so powerful about it. And that's where we meet Omira. So Ezra's given this horrific order, right? Now put yourself in Omira's shoes for a second.
Oh, man.
This woman is unnamed in the story. She lives in poverty, and on top of it all, she's recovering from a brutal attack.
She's like the embodiment of vulnerability in this society. No power, no voice, just at the mercy of people like Ezra.
It's awful. And yet here she is, about to give birth. The way the author writes the scene, it's so intense. You feel her fear, you know, she's completely alone, except for this kind old woman who steps in to help.
But it's almost worse because, you know, Ezra's men are out there.
Exactly, and they're coming for her baby. Omira, she's weak, she's just given birth, but she finds this strength almost superhuman.
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
Right, she's pleading with these soldiers, trying to reason with them, but they don't see a mother, all they see is a threat.
Blind obedience, it's a scary thing.
It really is, and this is where it gets even more intense, okay? Omira, she knows there's no talking her way out, so she does something unbelievable. She grabs a torch and sets herself on fire.
Whoa, hold on. Fire.
Yeah, she basically becomes a human inferno.
Intense. Talk about going to extremes to protect your child. But it makes you wonder, is there something more to her? Where did that fire come from?
Right, like was it just desperation, or was there something, I don't know, maybe some kind of magic? It's like this primal connection between a mother and child just ignited inside her.
I'm hooked. So what happens next?
Well, right as this is all going down, another character enters the scene, Valiant. And this is where things get really good.
Ooh, who is Valiant? Another villager.
Not exactly. He's this wandering swordsman, but get this, he also has healing powers.
Wait, what? That's an interesting combination. A healer who's also a warrior.
Right. Like, how do those two things even go together? But that's the thing about Valiant. He's full of contradictions. Deep down, he's a pacifist. He only uses violence as a last resort.
Ah, so he's not looking for a fight.
Not at all. But he sees what's happening in Omira's village, sees the aftermath of her sacrifice, and everything changes. He sees how messed up Ezra's leadership is. It's a huge turning point in the story.
Sounds like Ezra just made a powerful enemy.
So Valiant's just seen this crazy scene, right? Ezra's men, the aftermath of Omira's sacrifice. And Ezra, he's completely misread the situation. He sees Valiant's sword and he thinks, oh, another tough guy. We can use this.
Ezra's arrogance is going to be his downfall. You can just feel it.
Oh, yeah, he's totally oblivious. But Valiant, he sets Ezra straight right away. He's like, nope, not here to hurt anyone. And get this, he even brings up the old woman who was beaten for helping Omira.
Whoa, he's not just a fighter. He's strategic, too. Calling Ezra out right in front of the villagers. Bold move.
Right. But Ezra doesn't back down. Not Ezra. He's enraged. orders his men to attack Valiant on sight.
Big mistake. They clearly don't know who they're dealing with.
Not at all. And as Valiant's fighting them off, he notices something. The soldiers, they're not really fighting for Ezra. They're just following orders, you know.
Blind obedience. Ezra's really got them under his thumb. It's kind of sad, actually.
It is. And that's the moment when Valiant realizes this guy, Ezra, he can't stay in charge.
So what does he do?
He makes a choice. He kills Ezra.
Whoa, hold on. I thought he was a pacifist.
He is. But that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes to do the right thing, you got to fight back, even if it means breaking your own rules.
Heavy stuff. So Ezra's gone. What happens to the village?
Well, Valiant, he does something really unexpected. He doesn't take charge himself. Instead, he puts the old woman, the one who helped Omira, in charge.
Wow. He really thought this through. He's choosing compassion and experience over power. That's a powerful statement.
Totally. And remember Omira's baby, the whole reason this all started.
Yeah, what happened to him? With Ezra gone, I'm hoping for a happy ending.
Well, the old woman, she tells Valiant all about Omira's sacrifice.
Yeah.
And in her memory, you know what she does? She names the baby King Omex.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Omira might be gone, but her sacrifice meant something, and now her son, he's a king.
It's a powerful moment of hope. But I gotta say, it's also kind of bittersweet. This child, King Omex, his destiny's still up in the air, right?
Yes.
Is he really dangerous? Can he escape his fate?
The ultimate question, right? Free will versus destiny. It makes you wonder, maybe this whole prophecy was more about the choices people made, the fear that drove Ezra, you know? If things had been different, would Omex's fate have been different too?
That's what I love about this story.
Yeah.
It stays with you. It makes you ask these big questions about power, sacrifice, and whether we can really outrun our destinies. It's just brilliant.
Couldn't agree more. King Omex, everyone, check it out.
And on that note, we're at the end of another deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring those fascinating stories and asking the big questions. We'll be back soon with another deep dive.